Hello everyone, this is Manoj. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll show you how we can use CRUD operations in Web API using SQL Server and Entity Framework with AJAX request. Like we'll create all AJAX requests for posting the data to save in database and fetch data from the database to display on the front end. So we'll use a HTML page and we'll create all our AJAX requests to perform these operations. But before starting the video, I would like to request you to stay home, stay safe. If don't go out if it is not required. If it is required, so use all necessary precautions like wearing double mask and using sanitizers. But as I said, if it is not required, stay home, stay safe. So let's start the video. As I used the solution in my last video, if you want, I'll mention the link in the description. You can find it there. So this is the existing project and I have created a product controller. As you can see, in the controller we have post, get by ID, put and delete methods. So we just created all these methods and performed all operations using Postman. But today we'll use a HTML page and we'll create a separate JavaScript file where we will write all our methods for respective saving data, fetching the data, deleting, updating. So with that, first of all, let me run this project and show what is coming on home page. So this is our default content. So we'll use the same view or you can say the HTML page for our operations. Go back to Visual Studio. This is our home controller and inside views folder we have a home folder and inside we have index.cshtml. So right now this is the content which you are seeing on this page. So let me remove all this. So first we'll create a row class and inside row we'll create another div and that would be call md2 and he'll be write the name because that is a property of the product class. And now we will use input text field and then class would be 10 and input type text and we'll take ID and for mentioning or creating the ID make sure you will use the right naming convention like this text box would be for this product name. So I suggest the name would be or ID would be txt product name and we'll use class form control and we'll use a placeholder enter product name. Let me quickly copy these divs and paste 3 times and also let me show you the product entity. It would be in models and entity framework the product.cs. So these are the properties of our product like ID, name, price, quantity, active. So the second would be uh, price. Go to HTML page and change the name as price. Now quantity, change name with the quantity. And the fourth one is active. So we'll create the product as active by default. Let's create another div and that would be call md12. We'll use two buttons inside this div. One is for saving the data and one is for resetting the data. So the class would be btn primary and the name would be save product and the second button would be having class name btn danger. The name of this button should be reset. Let's save this, go back to browser, reload the page. So our form is ready. Let me give some style on this. So let's give border like 2px solid black and margin 0 auto and like let padding 20px. Now our form is ready. The second step is we'll create a separate JavaScript file where we'll write all the functions. So go to the content folder, but we need to close or stop the solution. So in the content folder, let's create another folder and name it scripts. And inside the script, let's add a JavaScript file. And as I said earlier, the naming should be very accurate. Like this JS file would relate to this product controller, so we'll write a name as product. So product.js has been created. So inside, let's create a function first. Function, let's say save product, and let's say let's alert something like clicked. So file is ready. Go back to HTML page, and now first we have to take reference of this file inside our HTML page. Let's save this, and now go to our save button. We have to specify the on click, and on the on click, go to the JS file, copy the function name and paste it here. Let's save this, run it again, and now we'll try to click on the button and see our alert method is working or not. So click on the save product, you can see the alert is working. Alright, go back to Visual Studio. Now let me remove this. So now we have to write our AJAX code. First of all, we'll create a URL. A URL would be this API controller and then post. So API product. So this is our base URL. And now we have to create an object. Let's say object product and object product dot, we need to give a property name, and now we have to pick the value of this input field. So we'll write dollar hash and the ID dot val. So this is the right way to pick value from a text box. Let me quickly copy paste this, and let me change the IDs first. Copy, paste, and now let's change the properties as well. Name, price, and quantity. And we'll create object dot active is equal to 1 because we are saving the product as active by default. So our object is ready. So now if we'll check if this is not empty or undefined. So after that, if it is not undefined or null or blank, then we'll write our AJAX request. So our request would be So as you can see, this is our complete AJAX request. So we are providing URL, content type, data, and type should be post because we are posting data and we are using this post method. And after we are just alerting whatever we are receiving as a response. So let's save this, go back to browser, refresh this, and let's say product name would be pen, price would be 100, and quantity would be 20. You can see we got a message as product added. Alright, now open the SQL server just to check whether this product has been added or not. Let's connect the database and click on new query, and we were using our master database and the table name is product. So we are in the master database. So let's write command select star from the product table, hit F5. So our product is in our database. So our post is working fine. Let's add another product. Let's say price is 10 and quantity would be 200. Say product added. Let's check this. So our post is working. All right. So now let's also create a clear method so that after saving the data, these fields should get cleared. So function clear, and let me copy paste these, and value should be blank. Copy this and paste this, and value should be blank. Let's save this and call this here. Let's save this, refresh the browser, and let's say bottle price should be 1000, quantity should be 20, say product added, and you can see all the text box got cleared. Fine. Now go back to our product.js file. Sorry, we are already there. Now let's create another function for function get product data. Let me copy the AJAX request from here, copy and paste it here. Also the URL, and here we don't need the data property, and here we'll change it get. Also remove this. So we are ready with our get product data. So dollar document dot ready. Inside we need to pass a function, and now we need to call our get product data. Oops. Let's save this, go back to our browser, reload this, and if you open the developer tools, I need to show you something. Go to console. So here you will get dollar is not defined. That is because we didn't include our jQuery references in our HTML file. How we can do that? Go to your script folder on the root directory. Here it is, and just include this jQuery -3.3.1.min.js. Make sure you will include your jQuery file just above your external JS file. Let's save this. Now reload the page. Now you can see it is coming in our document.ready file. Let's hit this and you can see no error is coming. All right. So now go back to our product.js. Let's check what is coming in our result. So just stringify whatever we are getting from the database. Save this, reload the page. So you can see in the database we are having three products, and you can see we are receiving all three products from the response. So now what we'll create a table, bootstrap table below this form, and we'll display all these products. So how we can do that? Go back to Visual Studio, index.file, and here let's create another div, and here let's have a table. Class would be table, table bordered, and sorry, and table stripped, and table responsive. And inside the table we'll first create header, and inside the head we'll have our heads, like one is for name. Let me quickly copy paste all these. Second would be price, third would be quantity, and the last is active. Perfect. So we have created our header. Now we'll create the ticket body. So as initial, we'll make it blank, and let's give a ID like TBL product body. Save this. Now go back to product.js, and inside this, let me comment this out here. If result, if we are getting result successfully, then let's have a variable row, and let's have a for loop. Let I is equal to 0, I less than result dot length, and I plus plus. So now row is equal to row plus. Now we'll create our dynamic TRs. Let me align this to make it more easier. So first TR, and then plus a TD plus result index dot name plus TD. Let's quickly copy this and paste three more times, and finally we'll close our TR. Let's change this name, price, quantity. Oops, we need one more TD for active. Active. Fine. Let's save this. And now after the loop, if row is not equal blank, means we are getting data from the database, at least one row. Then what we'll do, we'll append all these row data, whatever we are having in this row variable, to our table. So how we can do that? Dollar slash has the ID of the body dot append. Append function will append all the data to this particular table body, and we need to pass our row variable. Let's save this, go back to browser, reload the browser, and you can see all our data is coming from the database itself. Perfect. Let me give a BR between these two divs. Perfect. So let's add another product. Let's say mobile price is 10,000, quantity is 10. Say product, product added. Refresh the page, mobile is added. And now go back to product.js, copy this function name, go back to save product, and let's comment this out and paste this function over here. So it will automatically reload our table once we add a new product. Let's say TV, price is 20,000, quantity is 30. Save it. Okay. Oops, we didn't reload our page. Let's say hard drive, price is 2000 rupees, quantity is 10. Save it. Now, this is again a problem which I wanted to show you. What it is doing, it is appending existing data twice. Why? Go back to Visual Studio. Here, if it is getting data from the database, means if result is okay. So now what we need to do, we need to just copy this and set HTML as blank. So it will append only data once, whatever it is getting from the database. Let's refresh the page and let's say home decor items. Price is, let's say 50,000, very expensive item. Quantity is 50, high quantity is required. Save the product. You can see home decor items is added. So let's say if you want to create a button with this table, so how we can do that? Go back to index.html. Let's say here we'll add another th, like let's say delete. All right, save this, go back to product.js, and we need to add another td, and here we'll create a button, and class would be, let's say, btn primary, and the name is delete. Let's close the button and also the td. Save this. Now reload the page. Something, oops, I forgot to close this. Reload the page. You can see our buttons is coming respective to a row. So now what we'll do, click on of this button, will delete our respective item from the database. So how we can do that? Let's create a function. So let me copy this entire function and paste it down. Let's rename the name as delete product, and it will require an ID. Now we don't need this. Remove that, and we'll use this ID in the URL itself. And also we don't need this validation. Also remove the data property. Oops, control KD. This is just to align. Control KD is the command to align the code. So we are ready with the function, I think. Let's uncomment just to check what is coming from the database. Now we need to go get product data, and we need to define a on click event, and on this on click we'll return this function, and to get the ID we need to just pass result index.id. Make sure you'll use the right property name as from the product itself. So save this. To change this post to delete, save this, reload the product, reload the page. Now click on home decor items. As you can see, ID is coming as 7 because this home decor item is the seventh item in the table. Perfect. Let's click on continue. So we got a message deleted. Fine. And you can see it has already removed from the table itself. Go back to database, check this. So the product has been removed. So this is how we can perform our addition, deletion, and fetching data from the database itself. So now this only method is missing, which is put, that is to update any existing product. So I'm just leaving this for you people. Go to Google, take some code, get some references, put a edit button over here. Let me also create for this edit, and let me also copy this, paste, and edit. Let me remove this button from here. Save. So now this edit button has come already. So I just want you to do a last operation, which is edit. So I want you, like when you click any of this button, so respective data should come here, and you just place a new button like update, and just create a separate method for updating using this put method, put API method, and to update a product. So this is a single method, and this is a exercise, you can say that is a homework for you people only. All right, the rest I have covered, like how to create a post request, how to create a get request and delete in this video, and the last one put is up to you. And if you face any problem for creating this put request, you can comment in this video's comment box. I'll help you out. So that is for this video. I hope you liked the video. If you did so, hit the like button, share, comment, and if you want talk to me like one to one, so you can follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram handle is open programmer. You can follow me there and we can discuss one to one if you're facing any problem or issues in this video as well as my previous video, or in any of your project related to .NET React. All right. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.